Welcome to Deco Guide, the only app designed to help you navigate your college and career journey in the quickest and most affordable way. This podcast is brought to you by EdTechity, dedicated to opening doors to higher education and career opportunities for all.
What's up, everyone? It's Professor G, and today I have a student perspective from you. This is Joseph Muniz. He's a senior at Sacramento State University in electrical and electronic engineering, which is one of those top majors of STEM, right? So, Joseph, thank you very much for the time, and thank you for being here today.
Absolutely.
So, Joseph, why don't we start off with tell everybody just a little bit about yourself, where you from, where'd you grow up, that kind of stuff, and then we can jump right into the questions I got for you.
Sure. So originally I was born in Houston, Texas. However, I moved out to California many years ago when I was about 4 years old. I've since been a resident of Sacramento for most of my life.
So you got to go to school out here. So you did elementary school, you did high school, all out here in Northern California.
Yes, all my education is out here in California.
Great.
And occasionally I would go back to Houston during the summers and just visit and, spend
So you still got family and ties back there, but you're Californian. You've been here since you were 4.
Yeah, I've been here for a while, and I plan on continuing to be here. So.
Right on. So Joseph, a lot of people have trouble in first understanding, the college game, getting to college, that kind of thing. When you were in high school, right? Was college already a path for you? Were you already on path, or did you have to kind of discover that path a different way?
So initially I was planning on doing computer science. I definitely went from high school to college, right? I went to a community college, started off at Cosumnes River.
Here in Sacramento, in South Sacramento. So you started at CRC.
Yep.
As a computer science major.
Yeah.
Okay.
And initially just taking the the GE coursework, but I kind of had a difficult path. It took me a while to discover my true, how do I say it? To get a good step.
The passion. Yes.
Yeah, the passion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then discover. And then here's the thing, that most of our audience, I try to instill is there's things out there you don't even know about yet. So I can see you on this computer science path, and you're having to take kind of the same classes that engineering has to take, right? The foundation classes, right? The math, the physics, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And while you're on that journey, right, thinking you're going to be, doing a degree in computer science, you discover this other thing. When did you discover this electrical and electronic path?
So again, my initial beginnings with community college, it was troubled, right? As I was going for computer science, I was taking the math classes. I didn't consider myself really good at math. In fact, I thought I didn't like math. Yeah. So initially, the math classes kind of counted me out, right? I didn't do great math, and I thought I was horrible at math. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pursue an education in STEM, right? So I took many years, right, and took a little bit of growing up, some maturing, and then I came back to school at American River College.
Okay.
Where I began, I literally started from the bottom of the mathematics ladder, right?
Yeah.
So I was
the lowest level, right? Start there and then start moving up slowly.
Yeah. So initially I was horrible at math, but then
but you had to do math because you were a computer science major.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so the math is kind of forced on you if you want that degree in computer science. So you knew you had a long ladder to climb. Right. A really tall ladder. And so you started it at the community college, and, life happens, right? People take breaks, right? And the great thing about community colleges is you can do that. You can, kind of stop and start at different schools. So it sounds like now you're at this different school, ARC, you're starting the ladder of this difficult, at least mentally, you thought you couldn't do this thing.
Yeah.
So tell me more about that journey, right? Getting through that, those obstacles in math.
So, I found with a little bit of maturity and age that I could sit down, right? I would sit down, I would do my homework, I had the great resources of YouTube, so Professor Leonard, the Math Sorcerer. Also, at the same time, the tutoring centers there on campus at American River College. And even more so, there was, for a while, this is around the COVID times, right? So campus shut down, and for everyone that was terrible. For me, it was actually kind of nice because Columbus River College opened up a math workshop lab, right? So I could literally kind of do what we're doing here, right? A Zoom presentation.
Yes.
And I can meet with tutors, and I could share the screen of my iPad so they could see the work that I was doing, where I was having troubles. And there was this guy, Pedro, there at the Math Center, Columbus River College, who spent hours with me getting through the calculus with trigonometry, Calc 1, 2, 3, and then differential equations, right?
Wow.
So, yeah.
And just help and guidance from the resources at the college. And these are all free resources, right? These are all free. And this is, people helping you for hours really learn the concepts to be able to take that next math class, and then that next math class, and then that next, because it's required through the STEM, which is science, tech, engineering, math. For those listeners out there, when they say STEM, that the majors that are either science, tech, engineering, or math. Engineering, obviously, computer science, those are STEM majors. So you got a lot of math classes to get through. So, wow. And so, but I want to recap here. You talked about, you being ready. And it took you maturing. It took you, maybe at 18 years old, you weren't ready because you had so many distractions.
Yeah. My head was everywhere.
And that's what happens to all of us. Me too. It's like, there comes a time when you're ready and you're focused. You're like, I got to change something in my life. And it's time to get serious. So you looked at resources, you found resources. You mentioned a professor. Is that a professor at ARC?
No, it was so Pedro was just
Pedro was
tutor.
TRC, tutoring center, and
tutoring center.
I think right before that you mentioned somebody else at ARC, some of the professors, or no?
No, there was what do they call it? Beacon tutoring. So generally, the professor will set up a tutor that has taken them previously, and this was with differential. And so there was a Beacon tutor whose name escapes me, but in person, this is like after COVID, right? So I did my Calc 1 through 3 online, right? And I was able to utilize the CRC's Math Tutoring Center, right?
Wow.
But then when I came back to American River College after the pandemic, I was taking differential equations and physics of electromagnetism. And, the professor had a Beacon tutor who spent many, many, many hours with me as well, with a group of us, right? Is not quite easy. It takes everything from Calc 1 through 3, and you integrate, you differentiate, you integrate, you differentiate.
Yes, exactly. And you're learning, but the great thing it sounds like is that when you're ready to take advantage of these resources as a student, the resources are there, but it starts with being ready and making that commitment. It sounds like you were making that commitment because you wanted to change something in your life, right? Which
absolutely.
Receive a degree eventually, right? And whether it's comp sci or whether it's engineering. And so, were you already thinking even long term, like, okay, once I finish community college, where am I transferring to, right? Where do I continue this degree? And so, why'd you pick Sac State?
So Sac State, it's local, and it's here. It's a great school. Primarily, I guess,
it's big.
local.
It's really big, right? I'm on there, quite often. It's well over 30,000 students that attend. And I mean, here's the other thing I try to tell the audience is, look, California, Sac State is a top university in the state of California, which is the 4th largest economy in the world.
Right. Not a bad place to go to school.
Exactly. And so you decide to transfer to Sac State. Did you understand the transfer process? Did you get help in the transfer process? What were some of the difficulties you ran into in that process?
So that wasn't too much of a difficult process. I met with, and that was another thing, right? So choosing engineering, One, that was a dialed focus. I chose that as my goal and set that as goals. Like, that's what I'm going to do. So I met with a counselor, an academic counselor at American River College, who guided me in transferring to Sacramento State. She was like, well, what's your goals? And I was like, well, I want my associate's degree in electrical engineering, but I look forward to a 4-year degree. I want to be a licensed engineer, and to do that, I need a 4-year degree. So she set up a number of the classes for me to take there at the community college level, so that I wouldn't have to take them here at Sac State, make my course work a little lighter while here. And
so
then
she created the education plan, right? She created the education and just kind of was checking off that you made sure you have all your general ed requirements and probably your major preparation requirements, telling you kind of when to apply to the university, etc.
Yeah, which is, nice, because every time, I'd meet with her prior to the start of a new semester, it's a great feeling being like, oh, we got this one checked off. We got that class checked off. Yeah. You see yourself progressing towards, the next goal.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's great to find that counselor, right. And to have access. Right. And so did you also use any of the resources at the community college? Like, I know there's like other programs like EOPS, MESA, DSPS, or any clubs that you got yourself involved in.
I was a part of MESA there at American River College.
Okay. And the MESA is the Mathematics, Engineering, and Science Achievement Program.
Yes,
right. That brings
where I'm at right here.
Oh, there you go. You guys have a center for anyone that's math, engineering, science, right? You guys have like your own your own hood.
Yeah. We got our own little room here with a refrigerator. You can store your food, microwave, and a coffee machine, which I really like coffee.
Free resources. You get very efficient in getting free things.
Absolutely, man. And the coffee, those late night study sessions, man.
And it puts you around people who are doing the same things, right? A lot of math heavy, a lot of physics heavy, and you can collaborate and work together in some cases and help each other out.
Yeah, like minds, and that's been one of the greatest resources here are, my fellow students. Late night study sessions with fellow students. It's been tremendously important to my success.
Wow. And I'm so proud of you, because I know how rigorous STEM majors are. I see students that are in STEM all the time, and we want to emphasize, go after a STEM major, first of all. Don't chicken out. You could have chickened out. Because you told me the math, was a huge ladder for you, right? Yeah. At any, I'm sure there were moments there of crisis.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was plenty of time sitting there, on my iPad working through calculations. I mean, for a differential equation, right, like a second order or higher DE, and literally took 2 or 3 sheets to find a solution. And then there were times where I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, you have the kind of, what the answer is supposed to be. And then you're like, I'm not getting that answer. What am I doing wrong? Meet with other students, meet with the Beacon tutor, meet with the CRC math resource center.
Find resources, problem solve. I mean, you become a problem solving expert.
Yeah. But I mean, by the end of it, right? I mean, throughout all that work and all that frustration, finally coming to the solution, being like, oh, I see where I messed up, or
that connection was made internally, right? That now you see things that you didn't see before because you were able to make that connection. It's called learning, y'all. It's called learning, y'all. Those of you listening, when you're learning, it's frustrating. If you're not frustrated when you're learning, then you're not learning. You have to force yourself, right, to figure this thing out and understand by watching things, listening, rereading things 100 million times. You're rereading that 3-page problem. I'm sure you read that 1 million times before you figured it out, but it made finally that connection. And that's what I want my audience to understand is this thing called college is supposed to be rigorous. Right? It's
supposed to be challenging. Right? If you're not being challenged, I mean, you're not
learning anything. Yes. I love it that you say that. So, okay. Now, new ECS, you're a senior. Congratulations. You're only a handful of months from graduating here. right?
Yep.
So congratulations, first of all. What advice do you have for, say, someone that's either just finishing high school or entering a community college or is recent community college entry that's maybe considering, hey, you know what, maybe I'm going to go after a STEM major. Maybe I'm going to go after an engineering major. What are some of the tips that you have for those students to make it through that pipeline? Because, got to throw the data out here, 80% of students we're finding don't make it through the community college pipeline. Okay. Big loss of students. And we want to make sure that we teach them those survival tips, right? So you talking to a new student, what are your top 3 tips for survival through the community college and then eventually to the university?
I would say planning, right off the top, planning. You need to make a plan with an academic counselor. Make a plan and stick to that plan.
You need a map, right? You're going to be lost. You're going to be lost. You need a map.
Just like in the real world. I mean, if you want to get down the street, right, you have a GPS right on your phone.
Yep, absolutely.
Back in my day, we had maps.
Yep, exactly.
But same thing. You know, you need a map. You need a plan, and of course
instructions. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And meet with that counselor, meet with your academic counselor, because again, you know, as you check each item off that list, you find yourself getting towards that goal, right? Yeah. And progression feels good. So
absolutely. And if you can't find a counselor, right, you need to find one.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really get assigned a counselor. You kind of find one and you stick with that one. I tell students you have 2 or 3 advisors in different places because you need advice from different people. Absolutely. They all want you to get to the end. It's just a matter of a different pathway to get there. So take advice from 3 or 4 different people and then decide which one's the one you're going to lean towards for that initial map, right? That guidance through. So it's your Google Maps, right? By seeing your academic counselors and your advisors. It's okay to did you ever take advice from other students?
Yes, that would also be my second thing, right? Become friends with your peers. I have so many different group threads, both on, chat threads and Discord. So make connections with your fellow students, make study groups, engage with them, man, because you guys are all going through the same difficult tasks. You can learn from one another. So
you will learn from one another. Yeah. Absolutely. Even you helping somebody else, you're processing that problem again as well. That's just making even more connections, making you faster at that. So when you're able to teach the problem and help others and be taught, right, you're learning so much more.
Absolutely, man. It's, yelling at a wall and getting feedback, right? It's putting things up on the whiteboard. You are able to bounce ideas off your fellow students and get some feedback, and sometimes
have fun.
That's another thing. I mean, we, here on campus, we have the, Riverside, right? And there's an open lab on the 3rd floor. So around Christmas time last year, around the end of the semester each year, we always get together, a group of us, and we're in there studying, whatever. And, there's a projector in there. Oftentimes someone will bring in their Nintendo Switch or something. We'll take a break and play a bunch of Smash Brothers and kind of decompress a little bit. But then, we get right back to the studying, and we're all trying to figure out the same solutions for the same problems. So it makes it fun.
Exactly. And these are some of these people are going to be your lifelong career friends. Oh, yeah, right? You're going to watch them grow. They're going to watch you grow. You guys will help each other out, eventually later, right? And that's what I do. I mean, all my friends from college, they're all professionals in different fields. So if I need to reach out to someone, I got some lawyers, I got some doctors, I got other educators. So your network is all of those friends you made while going through the rigors of your major there at Sacramento State.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I need one more tip.
All right.
For that student.
Last one, man. So I would say join a club. I'm the communications executive officer with the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, also known as SHPE, right?
Yes, they are national. That's a massive organization.
Oh yeah, wow. I'm getting ready to fly out to Philadelphia at the end of this month for their SHPE National Convention, which is a job fair, massive job fair with a lot of workshops, and it's a lot
of companies there hiring and wanting new talent to come in, and guess what you are? You're new talent.
I mean, so
have your resume ready, have your LinkedIn up to date, right? Yeah, and be ready to network.
So, I mean, that's the ultimate goal, right? As a student, it's our goal to transition from academia into the job world, right? Into the workforce.
The professional world, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, being a part of a club, especially not just as a member, but as an executive officer on the board. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a leader. Mm-hmm. It gives you the chance to engage with other students, and also to be a mentor, right? Be a peer mentor, and kind of guide people in the right way. Be like, like, how's your resume? How's your LinkedIn profile? Right. What are your goals after you graduate? Because I mean, having that goal in mind, having a roadmap is important. So. Join the club.
I want to emphasize that club thing. I'll be honest with you here, is I probably would have dropped out of college if I wouldn't have joined a club. Because joining the club put me around other college students, right? A lot of them were going through the same trouble I was going through, whether it was lack of money, whether it was a lack of just, losing motivation, whatever it was, it put me around people that eventually kind of going like, wow, if they're able to make it, then I can too, right? And not only, and go ahead, please.
Yeah. It's like running in PE, sure, running by yourself is fine, but if you're running with a whole group, and I mean, I guess even in the military, right? You see them running around like ROTC. You see a group of them running together, and they all lift each other up and kind of, keep pace with one another. Same thing with school,
That's right. And then in addition to the social benefits, right, of that is these professional opportunities. You go into a conference. I remember now, I went to like 4 MESA conferences in my club because I was part of the leadership, and it got me to visit places I'd never been. It forced me to network and talk to other people not from my same hood, right? Yeah. and I started to develop those professional behaviors when you go to conferences, because you're there to network and connect with others and learn as much as you can. A lot of these professional conferences like SHPE, it's job fair, like you said. It's companies that are seeking people that belong to this SHPE organization, and you having the opportunity there is massive. So students, listen. Get involved. If you weren't involved in high school, that's fine. It's time to get involved at the college level, right? Whether it's the community college level or it's university level, there's student governments at every school, etc. There's clubs, there's different organizations that you can join. So join a club. It's hugely beneficial for you, not only socially, but also in your own professional development. So Joseph, thinking now future, man. Tell us, no one can predict the future, but you got to have a plan. Right? So where do you see yourself, say, 4 or 5 years from now, and then maybe 10 years from then?
So 4 or 5 years from now, so this most recent summer, right, because of the SHPE National Convention last year in Anaheim, I was given an opportunity for an internship with Northrop Grumman. And I spent the summer, I spent 10 weeks during the summer. Yeah, great company. So I spent 10 weeks in Baltimore, Maryland, doing RF design and basically, just working with Northrop. So I would really enjoy an opportunity to work with Northrop Grumman again. However, there is a location here in Sacramento because, I have a wife
Yep.
and kids.
You have roots. You have roots here. Yes.
Yeah. So, also I'm really close with her family. So I'm not trying to upend us and move to Baltimore or, another state. So
East Coast.
So I'm trying to stay local. And because my degree, I can, as an electrical engineer, right, you have a couple of different routes. You can go power, you can go communications, you can go product. So there's a lot of different avenues to go with electrical engineering.
That's right.
For that internship, I got to do RF design, so communication systems essentially. But my emphasis here at Sac State is in power engineering. So, which is fine by me because there's SMUD, there's Roseville Electric.
That's right.
Northern
SMUD,
California.
I was going to say SMUD is the largest employer in the county.
Yeah, PG&E.
Yep.
And a number of my professors are employees of those companies. So, it's that's kind of where I'm looking to go is the utilities. Route. I think it's.
Who doesn't need electricity?
Yeah. And essentially, one of the reasons I chose electrical engineering, other than the hidden, unseen world of electromagnetism, was always fascinating to me. But I'm like, we need power. Like that's what drives our world. So
exactly, day and night.
Yes. Yeah. Why not join that?
That's right. That's right. Well, Joseph, this has been an eye opener for me. As a counselor, most of my life, right? I rarely get to talk to the student at the end because I'm part of them at the beginning, right? And so it's been a big eye opener for me on just your journey, right? That it continues with similar but little different struggles at the university level, but the support is there. It oozes out of you that for those students that are in the ECS department, the engineering and computer science department at Sacramento State, and involved in MESA and involved in other organizations that you can find your spot there at the university and make it through.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of clubs, man. So, not just SHPE, there's, IEEE, there's, IEEE and SHPE are primarily the two that I am a part of, but there are a ton of other organizations like forensics, civil engineering,
chemistry, biology, women in STEM.
Wherever your interest may lie, there is a club.
There's cultural clubs, there's academic-based clubs, there's political-based clubs, there's all kinds, and they're all pretty much part of the university experience. So definitely take Joseph's advice and find yourself a community or two to join.
Absolutely.
So Joseph, I want to say thank you very much for sharing your story with us today. And as your journey continues, right, into the professional world, we would love to reserve a spot and hear about that transition when that day comes. And congratulations, right, in the next couple months here, you'll be finishing up. So that is one of, I can only imagine how you must feel, right? Because it sounds like the journey was long, the journey was difficult, but those journeys are the ones that are in your memory forever.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I also plan on achieving my master's. So, this isn't quite the end of my journey. I very much like academia. I mean, again, it's those challenges that make us grow. So I'm still looking for further educational growth and professional growth. So.
Well, now that you brought that up, what masters are you considering? Still in the engineering field or moving it to the business administration? Because I see a lot of people do that, or a different masters. Because you, as the audience probably doesn't know, is your masters can be in a different subject as long as you meet the prereqs. You know what I mean? So what are you thinking about in terms of a master's degree?
So again, here at Sacramento State, they have the EEE masters. Now that is an in-person type platform, and I'm looking right now to graduate and enter into the professional world. But I also want to work on my master's, right? So I was looking at a master's in engineering management. I think that would be a fantastic route.
Yeah.
It kind of, at Northrop, they had these paths that you could take, right? And there's a technical route, there's a managerial route, and somewhere in between, there's this blend of
the hybrid.
Yeah. And I'm like, I like the technical aspect of engineering a lot. But for me too, it's a lot about the people, right? Working with people, working with ideas, difficult ideas, and collaborating together to solve those difficult ideas. So I would like to see myself in a role, managing a team of highly technical people.
Yes, and that's merging the business side with the technical side, and there's amazing career opportunities. Those are the types of opportunities that lead you to be like chief executive officers, at major organizations. So I would, again, just congrats, keep it going. In your field, just a quick tip here. A lot of the people that I know that go, finish their bachelor's degree in a field like this and then enter the workforce, hey, get your job to pay for that master's.
Yeah, and there's a lot of companies that do. Yeah.
Yes, most do. So it's kind of a norm now. If they hire you on at that bachelor's degree level after your degree's done, get them to pay for that master's. You'll be surprised how many will go ahead and pay for it. Yeah. All right. Well, Joseph, again, thank you very much for the time. You made my Friday morning today.
Hey, thank you, man. Very much appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. And to speak to the crowd, and speak to those looking to get into STEM. I would highly, highly encourage doing it. And, don't limit yourself. That was, again, one of my big things. I'm not good at math. This is too difficult. It's like, when you sit down and you work at it and you get frustrated and then you find that solution, you go, oh, I get it, man. That is one of the greatest feelings that I've experienced. So, don't sell yourself short. Go for engineering, go for STEM. It's a great field, and it's incredibly interesting. So.
Well said. Thank you very much, Joseph, and you have a good rest of your day.
Hey, you as well, man. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning into Techo Guide, the app focused on bringing you tools and content to help you make better decisions about school, life, and career. We hope this episode has inspired you to pursue and excel in your own educational and career journey. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share.